Right, hi guys, welcome back to the Mini Yorkshireman and welcome back to another video on the Mazda RX8. As you may have seen on my YouTube shorts, I've been having a lot of problems with this absolute bastard. But it's back now, all nice and clean. My dad, thank you Dad, gave it a polish on Tuesday and it looks absolutely mint and mega. So I thought I'll explain to you what's actually gone wrong with it, how it's fixed, and yeah, what I've got planned for it in the future. So just a quick tour around what's to come really for this car, and you'll probably be seeing a lot more of it on the channel in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, if you're into cars, then look forward to it, I guess. Yeah, so needless to say, this car has been a bit of a bastard over the last few months, but I've finally got it back now. I'm happy with it, and I hope that this is the end now. I don't think there's any more problems with it. Well, to be honest, I don't think there's anything else can go wrong with it, because it's been through the mill and back, and it's had pretty much everything replaced. So yeah, so to kick things off, of course, I had the engine rebuilt. At the end of April, I took it into Rotary Revs to get the engine rebuilt. It was starting to get a little bit tired, especially at petrol stations. I was having the issue where I was getting hot start issues, struggling to start when the engine was already warm, especially if I've been on a long journey or getting a particularly good thrashing. So yeah, I thought, right, I've saved up for it, I've budgeted for this, let's get it rebuilt. So got the engine rebuilt at Rotary Revs. Absolutely perfect service as always, faultless from Rotary Revs. I've not got a bad word to say about those guys. Absolutely lovely. Amy on reception is absolutely fantastic. She'll give you a ring up, you'll talk about anything and everything, and then you'll talk about your car. She's lovely. On the phone, in person, the guys there are all fantastic as well. Always happy to chat, really friendly as well. And yeah, so anyway, got it rebuilt by Rotary Revs. Picked it up, I believe it was the start of June or end of May. I can't quite remember exactly when it was, but they had it about 8 weeks total. So picked it up, no problems, no dramas, paid for it all there and then, lovely stuff, good to go. Got it back home, put its first fill of petrol in, and it pissed fuel out everywhere. And I mean everywhere, and I was just like, no, I've just spent all this money on it and something else is broken. It was coming from the fuel tank itself. Now, I had the fuel tank recall done, which by Mazda, Stoneacre Mazda, back in 2019. I picked the car up, took it straight for the recall to get done because it was outstanding, and I didn't want any problems with like voiding insurance, so I got it done. Little did we know at the time, though, and the RX8 community is absolutely fantastic on Facebook. There's a guy that has put a big thing together from the DVLA of people getting the recall done and instantly, on a first full tank of fuel, just pissing fuel out. I never had that. I had the car for 2.5 years, and I never had the issue. But mine, for some reason, has just been seeping and seeping, but never fully going. And then eventually the recall that they'd had done on it, they never replaced the seal that sits at the top of the fuel tank, so it just seeps out. Anyway, so that's what finally failed on mine, and it had been sitting there forever and a day, and then eventually just failed. So thankfully, I got it back in with them, and they were like, oh, we don't know, it's £100 to inspect it first, and then we'll see if we can get the recall done again, because you've already had it done. I'm like, yeah, but there's amended recalls now. You do that seal. You didn't do the seal last time. So anyway, after much deliberation, mainly between Stoneacre and Mazda, I wasn't particularly involved with it, but Mazda just like, yep, just get it done, recall it, it's a recall, get it done. So I didn't have the car for a week, because it was there getting the recall done again. But I thought, right, brilliant, engine rebuild. I've had the recall done a second time, this time with the updated recall on it, so perfect, good to go. So then I get a phone call from a mate saying, yeah, I've bought a car down in Brighton. I was like, oh great, fantastic. And I thought, no, actually fantastic indeed, because I'll come pick you up. He lives in Wales. I was like, Brill, I'll come pick you up in Wales, I'll take you down to Brighton. I need to bed the engine in, so it'd be perfect. So many miles. I think I was going to do about 700-mile round trip, and Rotary Revs recommended just take it gentle for 750 miles. So I was like, absolutely perfect. That is perfect. Take it back to Rotary Revs, get an engine inspection, you know, clean bill of health, new fresh oil in it, good to go then forever and a day. So I guess all the way to his, no problems at all. Comes out of his, comes off a roundabout in Shrewsbury, in the second lane overtaking a lorry, and the car just goes while I was trying to accelerate. I was like, oh no, that doesn't sound good. That sounds expensive. So I'd lost a lot of power, I couldn't get above 4,000 RPM, I think it was. I was the range of emotions I went through, I don't think I've ever experienced that in my life before. I was angry, I was upset, I was scared because I was in the second lane trying to overtake a lorry coming off a roundabout on an A road that had got no hard shoulder. I thought, if this car cuts out, where am I going to go? There's cars going 70 mile an hour here, and it was an air-raising moment for definite. Thankfully, managed to get it off the roundabout and into a car park. Managed to get into the first lane and off, and I was just like, oh no. So yeah, that was a fun day. That was literally what a day moment, to quote Harvey Price. And I just couldn't believe it. So anyway, I thought, right, that's it. Like, let's get it booked back in Rotor Rev, see what happens. But before that, happens, green flag, go and lose my car. So they recover it, I get taken home in a taxi. I get straight home, lovely guy, lovely taxi driver. And the car gets put back on a low loader, and the guy that picked it up says, yeah, by law now we're only allowed to drive a vehicle 60 miles, drop it off at the nearest service station within a 60-mile radius. It then gets picked up again, done another 60 miles until it reaches you, because that's the new law. I was like, yeah, fair enough, if that's the law, that's the law. I'm not too keen on leaving my car at service stations, but there's a process in place, there's a protocol. It says, yeah, there's gated areas where we take cars that are broken down or crashed. I was like, brill, no problem. So it was going to Chirk Services. So I was like, brilliant, no problem, that's fantastic. Then it was going on and on and on, and then it got back home to me. Should be home by Sunday. Brilliant. Sunday comes. Sunday goes. Get no message alerts from Green Flag to tell me my car's coming or what's happening or if it's been picked up again or dropped off anywhere else. No message alerts. Monday comes. I was like, no, I'm not having this. I've not heard anything from them. I've not got my car. Where is it? So I gives them a ring. They don't know. They don't know where my car is. They've rang Chirk Services, as I said on the phone. I think it's been dropped off at Chirk Services. Can you confirm it's still there or has it moved? They said, oh no, we're pretty sure it's at the recovery team's depot, still at their main base waiting to come back to you. I was like, well, that's not what the guy said, but fair enough. So anyway, it weren't at Chirk Services and it weren't at their depot. They rang both numbers. I was like, right, well, someone needs to find my car, because if you don't find it by 5 o'clock today, I'm reporting it's stolen by the police, because someone must know where that car is. Anyway, obviously, once I threatened that, and once I was threatening to report them for obviously having a stolen vehicle, because I didn't know where my car was. You can imagine, I've broken down, I'm really upset anyway after paying a lot of money and it breaking down. Then they've gone and lost my car and, like, don't know where it is. Turns out it was at Chirk Services, and the guy that dropped my car off to the Chirk Services station didn't fill out any forms. So he failed to fill out any forms that the car was there. All he'd done is literally just took the keys, dropped them off at reception and went, there you are, flower, and then left. So yeah, they got a set of Mazda keys, but they didn't know whose car it were, what it were. It wasn't put in a compound like he said it was going to. It was left on a gravel bit of road that in it got covered in shit. Absolutely covered in shit. The handbrake cable had been pulled so far, because obviously it was a non-runner at that point. The car wouldn't start again after I switched it off. So obviously there's no brake pressure, so they just yanked on the handbrake, pulled the handbrake and stretched the handbrake cable. So I wasn't happy when I got the car back finally on Tuesday after they'd found it. Had to wait for the following Thursday to drop the car off back at Rotary Revs to see what had gone wrong with it. And it turned out it was a rotor bearing failure. Now, this is why I'm not annoyed with Rotor Revs at all. They've done their investigations, done their inspections, and said, look, it's all under warranty. It's not going to cost you a penny. They were so apologetic on the phone. Amy, and there was a guy that rang me as well that had done the rebuild first time around. He was obviously upset because he'd rebuilt a car that had then failed. There was the guy that was working on it this time around. He rang up and apologised and told me exactly what had gone wrong and why. And it turns out it was actually a rotor bearing failure, and the bearing itself failed. It was a manufacturing fault on the bearing, so Rotary Revs will be claiming their costs of doing the rebuild from the bearing company. So one of those things, it had to happen to someone and it happened to me. So yeah, there you go. That was one of those things, but they're absolutely lovely, and they said, look, you know, it's a recall, it's a warranty claim really. We'll get it back to you as quickly as possible. This was at the start of August. They said, we'll have it back to you by the first weekend in September if everything goes to plan. Everything did go to plan, and I had it back on the first weekend in September. Absolutely fantastic. Spot on service by Rotary Revs. Like I said, these cars are problematic. There's going to be issues. There's going to be faults every now and again. it just happened to be my turn. You know, I've had so much luck with this car, and I've not had a problem with it for 2.5 years. Something had to go wrong. It's a rotary car. It's an RX8. So I was a lot more chilled out once I knew it was all under warranty. Everything was fine. I was relieved, to say the least. So picked the car up, absolutely brilliant. And I fitted a new set of tyres to the car just before I actually went and got the car rebuilt first time around. So they'd only done something like 400 miles max. And yeah, I got it home, parked it up on the drive, and I got a nail in the driver's side front tyre, and it was right on the edge of the sidewall. So they're like, I can't repair it. So I had to pay another £120 for a new tyre. So that wasn't fun. I was not happy about that. And yeah, got the MOT done and everything like that. And then I've had the exhaust bracket fall off it that had rusted through. And I've also had a rear passenger side anti-roll bar link that had crumbled and fell off. So I've got those fixed now. And that was literally within the space of just this week gone. So yeah, it's been an ordeal, I would say. Since April, really. I've had, obviously, issues with it, no end. But now it drives faultlessly. It's got 5 new tyres on it, as I call it, because obviously, I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it. A brand new tyre, nailing it. So that's just my luck. So it's all fixed now. Since having it back from Rotary Rev's second time around, I've done approximately 150 mile in it now. And I'm obviously looking to bed the engine in again, 750 mile, take it back to our Rotary Revs, get a full health check on it, make sure everything's okay, change the oil as well while we're at it, and then I know I'm good to go. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing quite a few things with this car. I've got next Wednesday planned with my mate Adam, who you've seen on the channel before. Not recently, but if you're a long-time subscriber. Going to the Motorist Hub up in Leeds. That's a free 5 PM till 9 PM on an airfield in Leeds. And you just take any car that you like, go have a look round at other people's cars. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then the following Wednesday, we are off to Caffeine and Machine. If you've not seen that, watch Car Throttle, because they're always there. And to be honest, most motor mad people live at Caffeine and Machine. I've never been myself, and it's one to tick off my bucket list, especially with this car. So I will be doing that. So there'll be a couple of videos coming up next week involving this car and the shows itself. Yeah, so I hope you look forward to that, and apologies for this being so long. I hope it wasn't boring for you, but I just felt I needed to get everything off my chest, because all I've done is show 2 YouTube short videos of one, my car disappearing out of a car park, and the second one, it disappearing off my drive on the back of a recovery truck both times. So I felt I needed to explain everything, but I needed to know everything was okay first, and thank God it is. And oh, if anything else happens now, I don't know what I'm going to do. I won't be doing an update video, that's for sure. You might just see me on a YouTube short video burning it, singing Kumbaya, but we'll wait to see. So yeah, that's been my life with the RX8, and yeah, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and as always, much love.